No, I didn't think that last song was Oster Project. I thought it was Ruby Tuesday. Anyways, let's get started here. Fix these. Let's fix these. Well, playing against Arve and Vanish the other day got me to fix a bunch of things that I hadn't had, so that's the nice thing about online matching sometimes. They even PB'd in sudden appearance image S21, so that was pretty nice.
Do nothing.
I tried to double step out of that one part, and then they're like, wait, that's a jump. I'm lucky I didn't get worse than a grade.
Absolutely perfect! Next stage.
What did you do today?
There was a double hold on the jump right after. I decided to hold the jump, and then I realized it was a jump, and I didn't jump. So I somehow completed my move in the last second and still got a grade.
Well, that's why they're called jumps, honey. Oh. I don't know what happened here. I do like this one a lot, so let's fix it. Great. Well, that doesn't help. Let's fix that. Hold on. Hold it. Time out. I ended up on the wrong side of that jump. I was very confused, like, wait a second. Is it gonna be one of those days?
Game over.
I think it might be one of those days.
Brain.
Yeah. It is the middle of my week, and last night was pretty weird, so I'm gonna blame it on that. Oh dear.
Me too.
Oh no. I've got a Babs raid. Hi Babs. Hi everyone. Good to see you. Anybody who doesn't know me, I'm Zelo or Zello, however you want to say it. I'm playing some Pump It Up because I need some exercise badly, and we're actually just getting started. I'm getting warmed up. I hope the rest of your art session was great. Hi James. Hi Shout. Hi Sel. So, I'm just trying to get warmed up here. So we're going to be playing stuff that's relatively easy. And by relative, I mean this is easy for me, this is hard for 99.9% of people, so don't worry. Just enjoy the song, because I like Redline a lot. Redline's a great song. Great background video, too. Oh, so what's up, Turtles? That was a very sloppy grade to get. Oh well, that happens.
Absolutely perfect. Next stage.
Alright, so thankfully I'm done with speedrun marathon stuff for a bit. So the reason I'm playing really is because I have there's the KAPI showcase for Hotfix. Not this coming Sunday, not this coming weekend, but next weekend, May 3rd and 4th. I will be playing Pump at the end of that for a showcase, for just a small 40-minute showcase. But I've got something a little more themed this time for my song list. So it'll be fun to play through that out. But like I said, I just want some exercise today before I go to work. I don't know if I'm going to try and improve any scores. Actually, I've got something in mind. Right?
Time 2. Phoenix.
This I actually did get a PB on the other night when I was playing against friends in Korea. This game has a very basic but functional online matching system. So it's pretty fun to be able to get some of these to show up and get PBs while you're playing with friends. Where? Oh yeah, I didn't even catch that when I got that PB. Shoot. Yeah, Owen buff is real. Playing with friends is real. I remember when Tusa was warming up, he came over here and destroyed Yogg S23 on that side and just PB by a ton. But then playing online matches against him, I fixed a whole bunch of my things. Anyways, enjoy the effects. These are the kinds of effects that actually take quite a bit of work to make. And this chart is also pretty hard for 21. I can do the ending fine now, but it's a tough chart because there's just so much stacked against you.
Wow, you're awesome!
Let's fix that, because I got a really sloppy bad and then drop the hold.
Next stage.
Let's try that again. Yeah, it's because of like how much tech there is. Most people do agree this is a 22. And I'm okay with it being a 22. I will say, the same chart maker also released C in the same update as this. There's no way in hell that should be higher than this. Let's take one more stab at that and hopefully not get confused, because the turning corner bracket section after the last break is actually very difficult to read, even for me. One more try. should be triple S plus. I think I got a miss, so it's okay. Alright. Just barely because the combo's cut in half.
Wow! New record!
Well, a PB's a PB. Can't complain. I feel like the background is a little too on point with this one. My score exploded just like Earth. But still, that's good. Hey, what's up, Ira? You know, like I said, that is one of the most notorious new charts. People as a whole do not like that one. I like it because it's hard, and it makes you do things that are not really seen in a lot of other charts. It is weird, but it's the kind of chart that really rewards taking some time to actually learn it. It's fun. It's also a lot of work. Like I said, for being a tough 21, it's quite draining. Well, let's play some stuff out of the showcase that I'm going to show off. Because there are a couple things I still need to work on. Let's go Decadance. This one's like brand new too. Yeah, that's a good strat. Now the other strat is that if you are struggling with everything all at once, and it does feel overwhelming, find charts below that that work on the individual skills. Now that's kind of hard to do in sudden appearance images case because everything's really clustered together. But if you can find things to isolate, that can also be helpful for training. But it really is just picking apart at it and figuring out what the hell is going on. Once you know where things are and you have a plan, it's a lot easier. Anyways, I need y'all to get your dance emotes in chat because this song is a banger. You and Marie never disappoint with their art. Dropping to the floor as the bass keeps rocking. Slop. I kept hitting the center panel and over triggering. Need to be a little careful. Yeah, that's a typical score. 0 grades, but everything else. It's okay. Yeah, those of you who don't really follow the pump scene that much, you should definitely check out Marie, because she's a very good, very good graphic artist, doing animations, videos. I love how Ellie joked that this character right here Like, I thought it was Discount Chewbacca, but he called him Cousin It. So you can name you can name furry guy whatever you want.
I think it's a Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Maybe we just need to mash all the names together. But Marie is also very famous for her other character, which you see in this and some of the other ones, the devil character, Devitt. He is adorable. And Marie loves using Devitt. Alright. We were going to go to Super Optima Emperor because this is hard. This is actually hard. Now, when I say this is hard, then trust me, it's pretty damn hard. This is also a brand new song, so I haven't spent a whole lot of time with it. Look at that BPM, 240. That's a sign of things to come, and I'm going to at least attempt to have a decent run, because I'm only going to get one shot at this during the showcase. I'm also not going to miss like the second note this time. Oh, here we go. Bomb that run so hard. Doing 240 BPM run is not easy. Let's play that again. I did still pass, but that's nowhere near my best.
Next stage.
The hard part about playing a chart like this is that this is like near my top speed. Like, in terms of my raw foot speed, this is close to the top. So sustaining is really hard for me. Thankfully, this chart is really fun, and I kind of am warming up to the song a bit more. It's still nowhere near my favorites for Phoenix originals, but I'm kind of like accepting it for what it is. The background video does help too, because that feel of it being in like 10 FPS actually really helps the mood. And the art is pretty good, so shout outs to C-Sphere. Yeah, running's hard. Now imagine back in the day. Imagine back in the day to NXA, the later part of NXA, when 2X was released for the first time. And we had bracketed pads with little modding back then. And you were expected to run the equivalent of 255. We thought that was impossible 15 years ago. It's not impossible, it's just really awkward with those patterns, but hey, we did it. This game has evolved a lot. And as somebody who's been around this scene for almost 17 years now, There's been a lot of progression in this game. Shoot, I remember when Fiesta 1 was brand new. And that was like a huge, huge overhaul of the game. Now, I don't know how much longer I will be with this scene, but I'm going to go as long as I can. At the very least, even if I end up too old to do tournament things anymore at a high level, I can still play the role of historian, like I already kind of do. The game is fun. One more try. Almost. Better. It's okay. Not great, but that's okay. The run was good. What's up, D-Million? Yeah, there is. But I don't think anyone's really done a deep dive into Pump. And the hard part for me, thinking of taking that challenge on, is that the game was only in Korea for several years. And there weren't any international releases until a few years in. So the information in that first era is kind of sketchy of like what happened and everything. What's up, Neko? Yes. Cell phone videos at 240p in 2006. That went at like 10 frames per second at best. Those are still on the web. Yeah, a lot of like my historian work is generally preserving game content. What charts looked like back then, things that have been removed, things that have been changed. That's more of my scope of things. But a full history wouldn't be a bad idea. Alright, anyways, I think Super Akuma Emperor will be fine. I'm just going to have to deal with it. I do have Mahika in the set right before Super Akuma Emperor, so I'll get a little bit of a warm-up. But I'm just going to have to dig in and just go. Anyways, how you doing, D-Million? You've been putting up some good scores lately. But yeah, like, even if I retire from competitive play, which I almost am, considering COVID happened and I've only done remote events for the last like 5 years, but even if I'm basically retired from that, I still love playing coach for people, guiding them, showing them how to do things, and torturing them with old mixes. Like we had a NX1 plugged into the machine last week,
And that's what I'm going to torture Tusa with next time he's here. Because he's never seen that kind of stuff. And like Neko and I know, the NX era was a thing. That was the time where we're just like, we don't know how to make the game harder yet, so we're just going to throw everything at the wall. Oh, did they throw everything? They threw everything at the wall there. Alright, what do I need to do for double? I still need to go through new mono. Also, those of you who have never seen the song list, you're gonna get to hear this great title performed by Haru when we do the showcase. I've gotten better with the success rate of this, but I'm not good at saying pneumono ultramicroscopic silico volcano coniosis very fast. She can do it flawlessly. 690's fine. And just as a heads up, know your computer is not lagging when you see this chart. This really is what I'm seeing. How to make a chart hard with only 6 panels. That's how. I almost bounced off that last hole. That was close. God mode is a good FC if you can get it. Okay, that's acceptable. I've been screwing this one up a lot lately, so that's a pretty acceptable score.
Next stage.
Also, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. I know we don't do too much of anything else anymore, but we're going to hopefully change that in the future after this weekend. Actually, speaking of this weekend, there will be no stream at all on Sunday because I'll be going out of town for a day. Just, this is a good family time reminder. Like, family in a very loose sense of the word. So my old high school band director is actually retiring from the school where I graduated from, which was where his first year in was when I was a freshman. And he stayed for a good 2 decades. So we're gonna head out of town, go have that party. So there will be no stream on Sunday because of that. So I'm hoping to do something on Monday or Tuesday instead. What else do I need to practice for the show? Because I guess C. We talked about C earlier. God, I love this song. Also, shoutouts to Backrooms. It's gonna be kind of hard to see with the filter on though. I think you could absolutely triple S this, but the ending's tough.
Unbelievable! You are the best!
I think as long as you have a very clean middle up to the ending, you should be okay. There's a decent amount of leniency as long as you're getting the combo bonus. Okay, those of you not familiar with the new scoring system for Phoenix,
Next stage.
so everything's out of 1 million now, which is nice for standardization. The combo bonus makes up 5,000 points of that. And it is solely based on what your max combo is versus what it should be. So like say I cut my combo exactly in half for max, I'll only get 2,500 points for max combo, whereas if I get an actual max combo with all perfects and greats, then I'll get the full 5,000, so. Usually doesn't make a huge difference, but sometimes it can push things over the edge. I do remember a match somewhat recently where the winner was decided by max combo, even though the other players' counts were very slightly lower in terms of non-perfects. So it doesn't happen often, but it is something that comes up, and it did. Alright, this I need to practice because I don't play that often.
So level 15. Level 25.
I like this chart a lot, but I don't play it often. We like to call this BGA Alice in PIU land. Hey, hush you. This is a good chart for what it is. It's annoying in the right way. Bunnies are meant to jump.
This chart, like this song in the fall, really wants to be big fuzzy bunnies.
I wonder if Nada was aware of that.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone who worked on this was aware of that. They just feel that way.
Man, we could have had that work out if the co-op was that way. Shoot. Darn.
I
It's
mean,
kind of that way, but not
kinda
exactly.
that way, just-
Kind of, but not the same. Started cheating a little too early at the end, but that was still pretty good. I still think I can do better. Hey, that's pretty good.
You did a really great job! Wow! New record!
I think so, yeah. I think I needed just double S. Good! Could be better, but hey, not bad. Nice bump. Thank you. first miss really sucked, but that was just me not hitting the note.
Well, you got ahead of me, Force.
Yay, I'm ahead of Grandpa!
But somebody else got ahead of me.
Damn it! I'm still at like 22 or whatever.
Game over.
Yeah, those of you that don't know Windforce, he's a fantastic player and former developer of this game for a long time. But he's been around the scene so long, he is Grandpa. In fact, a lot of the old crew that's still around are Grandpa and Grandmas now, in terms of pump aging.
That person is only ahead of you by 7 points.
Are you freaking serious?
Yep.
Alright, we'll fix that another time. I'm just happy I got through that in one try. It really does come down to here, save as much energy as possible in the first 2/3, and then once it's time to jump, you jump. You be a bunny and you jump. And I know that chart's annoying, but I think that's the kind of annoying that fits the song best. And it's a good change of pace.
Daisy Bunnies or the end of the dream any day.
It's funny you say that because I think that's what I'm going to play next. 'Cause I kind of want to, I haven't played it in a while. And I don't have anything else in the AAPI showcase that I want to practice today. Everything else is either pretty solid or I just don't want to play it because I already have decent scores. Just remember, y'all, if you do any kind of hard physical activity, get water. Drink water. Drink water. I'm going to emphasize that several times. Drink water. Maybe sports drink to supplement, but for the most part, drink water.
Electrolytes are good.
You're good. Ooh. And make sure you breathe. Breathing's kind of important.
I got funny today. I got Marvel's gamer with like 300
Wow.
Marvel's games, and I got talented gamer with only 60 out of 100 displaying.
Wow.
I got each scores.
Uh-huh.
Just funny.
Yeah, it is funny how that displays. And how you can technically permanently miss, but that should hopefully never happen with how many charts are in the game.
Nah, you can get every title now.
Oh, can you just replay it? It'll still count
Yes.
it? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a problem in XX where it's like, oh, I missed out on getting co-op advanced or something? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you miss out on getting co-op advanced because you keep overshooting S's and get double S's. The game doesn't count that as S's. So it was just like, oh, I've literally run out of co-op charts to play. I literally can't get this.
Nah, it saves every
Every ranking of it.
yeah, every plate once, so you can play each song, each chart 8 times and get.
Yeah,
eight
yeah,
plates.
because I really want to play 8 times on 1949.
Well, if you really want it.
It's possible, doesn't mean we need to. Alright, what else are we gonna do here? I was gonna do re-ends.
Physical design binary zone.
I was gonna do re-end. Yeah, I don't play this one that often. Like, that's a pretty good score, so actually getting an improvement will be tough. Because there's a lot happening in this shirt. Alright, give me some energy, y'all. Let's see if we can hit this up. Any kind of improvement would be nice, but if I can get up to double S, that'd be excellent. bad in places, but whatever.
Wow, fantastic!
Need to cut those misses off. Because I had some really nasty ones. Let's play that again. Hey, Region. Ugh.
Next stage.
This song is so dang long, too, so it really wears on you. It's like 2.5 minutes. So stamina is actually a really big issue with this chart because it just goes and goes and goes. Now, it would help if I started some things on the right foot. So I'm going to quickly look at that. In fact, what I'm going to do is give myself an extra song's worth of time to look at it. Just put this on for a second. So I can go over to my computer for a second and take a look at what I was missing. Yeah, typical BMS stuff. No kidding, man. I'm really not liking the trend of taking BMS songs that are 2:30. And there are some good ones that I do enjoy in the end, but I still wish we'd stray away from that. Pump always has an issue with length for its songs. Alright, Re-End of a Dream. I already suffered enough on this on Chrono Circle. I really have to do it here as well in every other game that it's in. I know when I go back to my mind, whenever we get an official release, I'm going to definitely be feeling that. Okay, so I need to just stay facing left there. That's straightforward. Let that die. So facing left, backwards. And then. Okay, so I just need to not get screwed. That is a little scary. Alright, so let that die. Give myself some rest. Everything else I kind of.
Hey, is this really your best?
It's really just the ending. We have a plan. Now we just need to follow it. Oh, you saw the Another Nightmare. Yeah, wasn't that a chart back in the day? Sorry, I should specify. The second Another Nightmare. Yep. Yeah, they were just really, really grasping at straws for ideas.
Don't know what to do, make an M run.
Yep. I think the scariest part was that it was revived as a mission at one point. Thankfully, it's no longer in game again. Instead, we just have Mr. Can't.
And I can use yes if one
No,
wants it.
no, delete it.
No.
So the original Another Nightmare is what we know as D23. So that was the Another Nightmare in 0. And in NX, because they were putting in that new Nightmare, they bumped that chart down to another freestyle. Yeah, they did some shuffling of difficulties around during the NX era. Because Witch Doctor #1 also did this for its Anothers. What is currently S19 was originally Another Hard in NX. Then in NX2 it became Another Crazy because a World Tour chart was moved to Another Hard.
I think I also did that with B when
Yeah. So B D24 was Another Freestyle because we had the credits chart as a Nightmare, And then when that was removed, they just bumped that one up to another nightmare. Yeah, it's another freestyle in those 3 games. Like I said, historian. Chart historian. Yeah, it's good. A little bit. I'll live with the improvement, that's fine.
Wow! New record!
Yeah, now you're playing in a dangerous set of charts eras. Because first you've got old school with Wisp, and then you've got the bridge between Fiesta and Prime. Those are 2 very dangerous eras.
Game over!
Ah, shoot, I think I forgot to screenshot that. Oh well, whatever. Still pretty good. The grades were kind of cutting me up looking back, because I had way less misses and a better max combo, but this I think I had a better max combo, but grades were definitely hurting more, so I need to focus. I honestly enjoy D22 now, but it's very controversial. And I'm surprised that hasn't been upgraded to 23, which was actually the original rating before it was put in the game. But at the time, D24 was a 23, so I was like, okay, we're putting it below. Oh, old school Crazy is honestly awful. I love old school Nightmare. I love old school Nightmare. Crazy is a pile of junk because it doesn't know what it wants to be. Which is weird when it was written by the exact same person. But there are some really great old charts still, even in NX. Even in the NX era. There are definitely some cool things. Here, D-Million, I tell you what, if you want to see Witch Doctor #1, I will play that for you if you'd like, because I'm pretty much out of things that I was going to do today. in terms of just like getting a session in. So if you'd like a play session, I'll throw that one in for free. Because considering I've upscored 2 D25s today and a hard 21 and done pretty okay everywhere else, I'm actually alright with today. Alright, I'll do it in just a second then. This is one of my favorite charts from that era.
New teams. Difficulty zone level 17, level 20. But then...
See, Regent, here's the thing. You probably played XC Crazies that survived. The things that didn't survive as a whole were way worse. Like Cubanita,
Oh,
Power of Dream, Esa Manera, Bibalu Ra.
Bonita is a piece of crap.
Yep.
It's a great song. And
Oh, it's a fantastic song. It's just
it has
ruined.
one fun part, but the chart is kind of full.
I am just sad that N ended up not finishing his another. N actually had put up some stuff back a few years ago about his like prototypes for anothers in NX that didn't make the cut into the game. And Cubanita was definitely one of the better ones, but it also wasn't quite finished. Amiton, yeah, Valenti. Valenti Beta. Alright, this is for D-Million. Well, it's kind of sad that's my first FC in Phoenix, but hey, there you go. Anyways, if you want to know how to do Afterlike, there's your practice. Because it's the exact same pattern at the end.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record! Next stage.
Well, Afterlike really, it's an easy 23, but it also has a lot more going on. And we can't have this any higher because the other chart's kind of solidly in its place with really hard twisting. It's kind of a pick your poison for this song. So the only real big thing to worry about is the 180 turn, where it does, you have to do this into a 270, then you cross out like this. And it's the same pattern in Afterlike. But I don't even do it in Afterlike because there's too much other stuff going on. This one really is fun once you get used to it. This is very much a, once you've learned it, you can have a lot of fun with it. Oh god, yeah. We go and fly stuff. That's not in the game anymore. I played that on 4X last time we had NX in, and oh boy, I do not miss reading that slow for something that difficult. Alright, y'all. I'm going to open up requests for just a little bit before we stop for the day. Like, I'll play for probably like another 10-15 minutes. So if y'all have anything y'all want to see executed, I would be mostly happy to play them. This will be my last session before like Monday or something. It's really hard to say what We Go and Fly would be. Most people would just double step it and the difficulty would come way down.
Legit.
Even then, I don't know. I'm torn between 21 and 22. Beat the ghost, okay. Beat the ghost. Yeah, I don't play this one that often anymore. Slowdown was removed, if I remember right,
Yep.
so it's going to be way easier. Missed this arrow. Whoopsie. Happens. Yep.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
Also, you jerks, it's no longer 666 combo. You butts. Why did you change it? What's that be like? Yeah, distressment. Distressment definitely needed to go down.
Next stage!
I'm okay with a really bad gimmick where you had to literally memorize up here, because there was no time to react. Like, the thing is, S18 and D20 were written by the same person, but he decided to make the D20 gimmicks wider and basically impossible to read on a normal speed mod. So I do not miss that one being gone at all. Oh, it was even worse before XX, because before XX in that gimmick section, one of those steps was misplaced. So unless you went extra early, like we're talking like another 40-50 milliseconds early, you would probably just get a good on that note, trying to hit it where it should be. That was not fun to try and rank. Or figure out.
Just a slow down.
I kind of do too, only because it made you actually work. Alright, if y'all have any other Anything else y'all want to see? I'll play one more set after this.
I already see everything I want to see.
Pervert. You are the devil.
Where's my feet?
Here's the thing, though. I outrank you, so I'm the Super Akuma Emperor. Me time. Phantom Intermezzo? Okay, we can do that. Grieg's gonna be rolling over in his grave like I am if I get this wrong. Oh yeah, we had to play this on online matching the other day. It's kind of hard to play this at AV 620. It. I think I only got a bad. Oh, superb. Okay. Hey! Yeah, that is a very funny improvement.
New record!
Go! I wish I hadn't gotten the grace at the very beginning, but you know, that's pretty good still. I'm fine with that. Just barely clutched it out. I think if I had broken my combo any earlier, I wouldn't have gotten enough points. What is it? You don't know. I don't want to know then.
Game over!
Well, it's nice to do that because that's hard to do. But I feel pretty good getting that run. Although AV 750 on that last run. Even though it's a simple pattern to execute.
Gloria?
Simple. It might be Gloria. I don't know. I'm not going to look. I'll say that for another day. But yeah, it's a simple pattern to look at and do. It's just to actually do it when you're 2 minutes in. It's like, ah! Ugh. So like I said, a little bit of a sloppy bad, but that's okay. We got what we wanted out of that. Because there's only been 2 times where I have 0 missed it, and that's my second time.
New tunes! Difficulty zone double! Difficulty zone level 10! Level 22!
See, I love Devil because it's a good progression build-up, and it really trains you in a lot of ways. Yeah, like I love Devil because it's just we don't have a lot of things that have very gradual speed ups like that. And it just builds and builds and builds. Now, I don't think I don't think Double should have been rated down because the ending runs really hard. But I think it's good. You run against Vospi on this? Wow. Or Devil?
No bar.
Still.
I use a chart, he didn't, I guess. But yeah, like the one time I won against Waspit, it was one of our songs. I took second, he took third.
Wow. You should have had him put you on his shoulders to raise you up. Yeah, anybody who doesn't know Vospi, he's our great friend who's contributed stuff to many music games, including Pump. And he's really tall. If you want to see how tall he is, you can actually look at videos in World Pump Fest 2005 where he competed. He's very tall. Alright. I don't feel like full twisting, full twisting, but we'll do what we can. There are many, many ways to play that chart, so just figure out what works best for you.
Absolutely perfect!
Galaxy Collapse. Holy crap, Galaxy Collapse. Galaxy Collapse D24 is not a 24.
Next stage.
Let's put it in perspective with other bracket charts. I have UG'd what happened. I have full comboed Gunrock. I barely pass Galaxy Collapse half the time. There's no way Galaxy Collapse is a 24.
What about the 114?
That should also be up, but that'll probably just be gone next game. Like, there are some misratings here and there that I can kind of see, but Galaxy Collapse being 24 is absolutely ridiculous. You know what? We're just gonna end on that. We're gonna end on a play of Galaxy Collapse just to prove my point.
Level 22. Difficult result level 16. Level to level 24.
Oh, what speed do I even read this at? It's been a while. I don't want it too fast, that's the problem. Like, I don't mind the charts themselves. The charts as they are in Phoenix are fine. They kicked out like the bad chart from M and replaced it with a chart that was a lot better suited for the game. But people as a whole just don't really like the song. Even Kuro herself, being the artist, does not even like her own song. Shoutouts to Kuro, by the way. She's awesome. She has done quite a bit for the music game community in terms of contributing things. So big shoutouts to her. Yeah, 24, but you have 4 legs. Well, improvement's improvement. Can still be better, but as you can tell, that's a lot better. Like, I don't mind the chart. The chart is technically fine, just annoying as hell. That's fine. But saying this as a 24 is such a lie. I know bracket charts aren't my specialty. But there's so much going on. There's so much that happens in this chart. Can't bracket level 11. There's a lot of things that could qualify for bracket level 11 now. I thought bracket 10 was hard enough with Phalanx, but there's still stuff above that. Which thankfully didn't have to apply for getting specialists in this game. As a whole, yes, Perpetual is easy for a 24. It's just very stamina driven. But none of the patterns are hard until the end. So if you can do like a lot of the upper 23s or some of the lower 24s that are focused on that, you can probably get Perpetual. I didn't struggle much with it. Alright, we're going to end on this of all things, because I kind of have to play this song a bit. I don't like this song. But sometimes you gotta bite the bullet and play things you don't like. Better. Better. Not great, but okay.
Excellent! You did a really great job! Wow! New record!
Yeah! Crazy how we have Nana here in Pump. And it's a sorry but no from me. I can tolerate first period. But let's not do something like this again. Anyways, we're not playing that chart forever. That's decent. Just kind of have to not get grades since we had to actually put energy into the 240 part. Yeah, Facebook was a better option, but they didn't take it. Alrighty, y'all.
Over.
That's gonna do it for me for Pump today. Thank y'all for watching. Big thanks to Babs for the raid. A lot of love. Like I said earlier, probably not streaming again until Monday because I'll be out of town Sunday, and I work the next 2 nights. So I have a target. We're gonna send y'all over to No Glitches Allowed because they're still doing their marathon for charity. So let's go say hi to them. Alright. I'm going to also try and do a little bit more for stream. We're going to try and do some like multiplayer with people doing like either Doom or Quake. Because the remasters are really fun and pretty easy to set up multiplayer for. So we might try and start doing those on stream. But like I said, y'all go have fun with No Glitches Allowed. Go support them. Go watch the runners. Donate if you can. And I will see y'all when I get back. Thanks for watching, everyone.